Hello, and welcome to the Monica Marie Jones Show. Um, we're going to call this segment Ask Monica because ever since I was a little girl, I mean, literally, I'd say middle school, I would be on the phone with my friends and I would always give them advice. So today, a young lady sent me a message on Facebook for some advice. And her question was, recently I've lost a lot of weight and I'm thinking about rekindling the fire with the next flame. But I'm kind of nervous because what if he, looks at me kind of like I'm dating the big girl type thing? So this was a situation that I could really speak to because for those of you who have known me for years, you know that I have always had issues with weight. I mean, my first book was called The Ups and Downs of Being Round, and I used to really deal with issues related to self-esteem and weight. Now, thank God I've been delivered from that, but it was not an easy road. To make a long story short, for those of you that don't know, all my life struggled up and down with weight. After graduate school, I realized after looking at myself on a video when I went to Disney World that I had gained a lot of weight. I had gained a total of about 60 pounds since I've been in college. I went straight from undergrad to graduate school. So that's an average of about 10 pounds a year. And it was then that I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to do something different. And I was diligent, I was focused, I was disciplined, and I trained. And over a 3 year period, I ended up losing 65 pounds and over 50 inches. So I went from a size 50, I mean, not 50, I went from a size 16 to like a size 5'6". So naturally, that completely changed my life. It was like living in the same world as two different people. And I started to feel like I was getting all this attention I hadn't gotten before. And, there were men and there was dating and there was all this, what I felt like pressure. And I started modeling and I just went through all these different things. But what I realized was that it wasn't a matter of necessarily people being more attracted to me based on my weight as it was me being more confident in my skin and who I was. And that was the difference. So, my advice to her was this: one, we tend to want to live in the past. I dealt with that a lot. When I first lost the weight, I remember there being some guys around who had been in my life before, like we had mutual friends, and I always thought that they were interesting or cute, but I always felt like they would never give me the time of day or they would never pay me the attention or they weren't looking at me. Well, what I've come to realize now is that it wasn't necessarily that. It may have been the aura that I gave off because I wasn't as confident, or I was so busy looking down that I never looked up to long enough to see if they were looking at me. So I remember, talking with these guys and things like that and wondering, like, dang, are they only interested in me because of how I look now? Would they have given me the time of day the way I used to be? But what we have to realize is that when we lose weight or when we make some major change in our life, we are who we are today. We can't live based on our past. We can't live and say, oh, now I got money. Would this person have paid me attention when I didn't have money? Yeah, we would like to know that. We would like a person that's sincere and that's genuine, but we have to live in the moment for who we are today. We have to consider that who we are today is who we are today. And yes, we must use discernment and knowing who we might deal with, or knowing who we're going to be dealing with, but we cannot live in the past and we cannot live in the future. We have to live in the moment. We cannot let the past and the future dictate who we are today. Live in the moment. So often we totally don't enjoy what we're going through right now because we're so worried about what people might think about who we used to be. So, my advice was not only stop living in the past and the future, but live in the present. But also, what I came to realize is that these men weren't necessarily drawn or attracted to my new size as much as they were attracted and drawn to my confidence. Because now I have gained most of that weight back, maybe all but 10 to 15 pounds. And the situation is the same, if not more, as far as the attention that I get from the opposite sex. Not that that's even, the attention that you necessarily want, but It is the same and probably more because now I am confident. I know who I am. I love who I am. And that shines, that exudes. You know, I had my latest book is called Swag, and I believe that swag is something that just shines from the inside out. I mean, people are drawn to you. It doesn't matter how you look or what you weigh, it's just this confidence, this assuredness that just shines from the inside out. And that is what people are attracted to, not necessarily all of the physical attributes that we put so much weight on. So that is my advice about that little piece of dating. And, just keep in mind, I mean, it's hard. It was a long road for me to get here, but you got to love yourself from the inside out. And when you do, that will definitely show on the outside. So that is my little Ask Monica segment for today. I want to do these video blogs much more often. So let me know what you want me to talk about, whether you need advice, whether you just want me to speak on different subjects. I'm going to be talking about my new books. When I get some real video equipment, I'll be interviewing people, but that's my spiel for now. If you want more information on my weight loss, on my constant battle and ultimate victory with weight loss, self-esteem, and body image, you can check out my first book, The Ups and Downs of Being Round, available on Amazon, Borders, Barnes& and Nobles, as well as my website, monicamariejones.com. You can also check out my poem, Fat Girl, which is in my book of poetry called Taste My Soul. Same places you can find it. And then you can check out my essay called Don't Wait for the Wait, which is in the newly released book, Souls of My Young Sisters, which can be found in bookstores across the world. So, until then, until the next video blog, until you read one of those books, um, send me an inbox message on Facebook, Monica Marie Jones. Email me, Monica at monicamariejones.com. Put in the subject, Ask Monica, and ask away, and we will answer those questions via video blog, or I can send you back a message, whichever you prefer. So, have a good night, and until the next time, peace.